Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica a month ago, and it's very easy to say 1 month. For many, it sounds like a very long time. For most of us, it feels like it was just yesterday. The losses that our island face are in the billions. The emotional toll is devastating. But one thing we can tell you about Jamaicans have an extreme superpower to overcome, to turn around and come back even stronger. And I cannot wait to see us all build back even better than what we were before. I want to thank you all, my YouTube tribe, for all your messages, for all your worries, for all your support, for all your prayers, because I think that the power of your thoughts and the power of your prayers is what protected us from the brutal force of Melissa. If you are new here, hi, my name is Flor. I am Cuban and I have been living in Jamaica for 22 years. I have been living at this off-grid cabin for a year now, and I spent the entirety of Hurricane Melissa inside this 3-bedroom zinc roof off-grid wood and glass cabin. It was a traumatic experience. It was something that marked our entire family for life. We consider ourselves to be extremely blessed to have survived the forces of the winds and to have survived the strength and the levels of the river waters right behind our cabin. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to watch the playlist where I share with you my entire experience with this historical, massive hurricane. Today, I am going to be sharing with you how our property is being building back from the destruction of the force of Hurricane Melissa. I have to show you guys this because in all the 7 years I have been coming to this land, I have never seen this waterfall in this area, and it's something that started showing since the hurricane. When I was leaving, I saw it and I thought that by now it would have ceased, but it has basically the same amount of water. And the most incredible part is that there is a house right there. Can you imagine living right there? And then you have a waterfall right here, and then it rolls all the way down. You can see some pieces right here. It rolls all the way down to the river, which, by the way, the entire way driving back to the property, I cannot help but notice how blue the water is. I hope you can see it in this right here, how blue the river water is. It's incredible how Mother Nature just reset and come back even more beautiful than before. That they have also repaired some of the light posts already. The road has also continued to clear up. This is a good section of the road. Don't use it to judge the entire way here, but it's a good sign that it has not gotten worse. I know that there was a huge landslide by the school, and that is the section that we were waiting for them to clear up to be able to leave. The school had no access, as you can see it right here. This is where the landslide, that view is just breathtaking. But this is where the landslide for the school occurred. Right here, you can see how the road dig out and everything just destroyed. But they did an amazing job. The community and the officials, politicians, everybody worked together. I always been a very transparent person on social media. I have been staying in Kingston since right after the hurricane. We had to leave the property because our water line was completely washed away by the river forces and we had no water. We managed to use some of the pool water for a while, The river water was not useful because it was very murky. It was not useful for us. And although there is a lot, hundreds of thousands of springs around here, they were a little bit too far for us to access for drinking water. So we made the decision to leave the property and go to Kingston and stay there until things came back to normal. Also, as many of you know, my husband owns a solar company, and right now everybody needs solar. So things got a little bit hectic, and it was all hands on board. So he was also needed there, so we had to relocate to Kingston for a while until things sort of like normalized. Almost the entire community has JPS back this morning, and today, as I'm filming this, is November 27, and it's been almost 31 days since the passing of Hurricane Melissa. So an entire month without power in this area, and they are extremely lucky that they got power so quickly, because some areas in Jamaica are not going to be receiving power until maybe 6 months time. So solar is a must right now. Solar boxes are a must right now. I cannot believe my eyes, and if you watch the series, you will be blown away when you see the river. Transparency is a must, and the river waters are very transparent. YouTube tribe, can we call this a river, or should we call this a little trickle of water? Because you see that? You see that right there? That is the river that I come here, come see. That is the river that I come here, come see. Not the river that covered all those rocks and reached all the way right there. That is not the river that I come here, come see. This is the river that I come here, come see. YouTube tribe, do you remember from my video? You remember, oh, the place did look white, full of water. Like, I cannot believe all the tension and me standing right here in this spot and shaking like a leaf. As you can see right here, all our bananas were taken by the force of the river waters that came over that hill and washed right into here. You can see how close, and I'm gonna be going back there. I'm taking you with me because it's a historical mark. It is something that we will never, probably in our lifetime, maybe our children will see it again. You can see right here how close it is in line. I will show you right now. The water came right here, but because it's a hole, it didn't get to rise to this level. But if you follow my arm right here, this is how close. If the water was to come straight from here, this is how close it would have been to the house. This is our pool wall. This is how close the water would have been to the pool wall. It was terrifying, standing on the second floor of our house, constantly taking stock, watching outside, looking out for the river. Now look at this big rock. That big rock was entirely covered by the river water. It's bizarre to be able to come down here. I feel it is almost frightening. This is unbelievable. It is scary to be standing right here in a place that was absolutely covered by water, and you can see this immense boulder right behind me. It was covered by water. The river is a blessing. The river is so wise. The river is our life. It's a giver of life. The river is fresh water. But when the river say, move from here, so me a come, you better move from here, sir, because the river a come. I have to take you to to the boulder. I have to show you how tall that boulder is. We have to get some perspective because believe you me, when me tell you say, this rock right here behind me was covered by water. It was covered, the water did not come over. I'm 5'6". This was covered. The water came. To be here is so surreal. To be able to walk in this water right now, the river that has always been part of our property, the river right behind our cabin that my youngest child grew up in, my kids are growing up in, was so unbelievably immense. You cannot, it is just surreal to be standing here right now after seeing so much water. And it is also incredible to have that so peaceful, so serene, and the fear that brought to our hearts that night when Melissa was beating us up with her winds. The rest of the river is the same scenario. This entirety of this bank right here, those rocks were never exposed like that. Those rocks were never exposed like that. And it's unbelievable to see how Mother Nature has revealed herself as well. If you remember from my last video, all our palm trees, I told you they were naked. Well, they have some clothes on now. They put a little light clothes on now. Yes, they have come back nicely. And so have done the rest of the trees. All those leaves that were burnt up, they have come back greener and more beautiful than ever. And as you can see here, the rest of the river continues and it goes down to our blue hole, which I'm extremely nervous to go down there. I have no idea how it will look, but from my next video, I promise you, I will be taking you to the blue hole and the waterfall to see how they look right after the hurricane. Look at even this. All the dirt from underneath this boulder was washed away. It's unbelievable. It's so surreal. So it's time for us to take a look at the other side of the river, to take a look at the tiny house, because it was the cabin that was the most affected. Do you remember how this walkway was when I was showing you the otiti apple, where I picked the leaves to make my salad? And many of you in the comments said you remember me picking the leaves to make the salad. And you can see how clean everything. Do you remember how all the trees were in the middle? Well, everything has been cleaned up, cut up. Someone makes his money and he come in and clear everything for us. Lots of hard work and dedication, and in a way we also support the community. The entire path is clear. There are no obstacles and everything just looks green and luscious. Now we are heading to a scary section, and we'll talk about it when we get there. YouTube tribe, the cause of all my anxieties, the bridge that connects us to the main road. Now there is a lot going on here, and I'm gonna take my time to explain to you what has transpired since the passing of Hurricane Melissa. And I want to show you exactly the angle in which I came to take a look at how the bridge was gone before I take you to tiny house. You can see how everything has gone back to normal, and this is our regular river that we normally see. except that there is no bridge to cross it. However, we had some progress done by the community. They dump a ton of rocks right here with a tractor, so we are able to drive. And I show you right now my experience as an inexperienced driver crossing the river with our electric pickup truck. Mind blowing to see how high the water got, all the way up there, all the way up there. You can see the sand, the water went all the way up there. Incredible, just in all of that cover. All right guys, so I am not Michael Schumacher. My husband is usually the one who crosses the river, but he's not here, so we have to big mountain and we have to cross the river. I'm driving the Radar, which is the electric pickup truck, 4-wheel drive, and I have it in off-road mode. The water level is not high at all. So pray for me in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Let me put the camera to make sure that I can see where I'm going. Okay, good. Here we go. We are waterbound. Come on, let's do this. Nobody can cross it. Only those who understand it can cross it.
I understand.
Woo, here we are. Driving past the tiny house. Can still fix up a little bit better. So where I am walking right now is where you saw me driving. As you can see, the water is not even knee high and the water pressure is not that strong. I am not struggling to walk across whatsoever. It is just a nice journey. If you have a 4x4 vehicle, you shouldn't have any issues getting across the river. You can park your vehicle right here, or you can park your vehicle right there where you see that vehicle park as well. We also have another entrance to the property, which is the way in which I left right after the passing of Hurricane Melissa. All of this was taken over by water. All of this. And unfortunately, this is all is left of our bridge. That's all. This is all. On the other side, there was another piece just like this, and it's absolutely gone. Oh my God, I see it from here. You got to be kidding me. That is it. That is the other base of the bridge. You telling me that the river force wash with that from here to there? What are you saying to me? This river could have definitely taken away my entire house. I have never been able to stand right here. Never. This was bush. This was all bush right here. But we have been left with a beautiful, rainbow, colorful rocks, beautiful sand that the kids will love to play in, and an unbelievable blue waters. It is winter now, and although I have a spaghetti strap on, I'm toughing it out. It's kind of chilly here in the Blue Mountains, and during winter time in the entire Jamaica, night comes quite early. It is just past 4 p.m. and it's very dark. So I am trying to give you this tour as quick as I can to show you everything that has been going on. As you can see, the grass has returned, and we have all the signs on how the water force, these are totally wrapped around and cannot be moved. I have already left some instructions on how to finish setting up, but let's look at the tiny house. First off, this is the chair that was under the house. And do you remember me walking over a big pile of everything, trying to get in and struggling to climb up, and ended up over here, and then I couldn't open the door. Look at this. The steps are back. We still have some sand left because their main focus was to clear the fallen trees, and we said that we will focus on that until the water was restored. So now that our water is restored, we can focus on bringing back our landscape more. So this definitely is going to get even better sooner, but I had to show you the exposed stairs going up to the tiny house. The batteries that were at the 3-bedroom cabin have been returned. Very soon the solar system is going to be back up. Actually, it's supposed to have been back up today, but you know how I go with teams sometimes. You plan something and something else happen. And do you remember the muddy floor where everything was taken over? Well, Mama Denise, Cher, they have done an incredible work cleaning up the cabin, and the floors are back to brand new. You can't even tell that this cabin was flooded. Everything is back to normal. Everything is just how it was. We still want to do some maintenance work in here to ensure that everything is how it should. The only thing that we need right now is for the solar system to be reinstalled. Just a little work in the landscape area, and that's it. I am going to do without the mesh. You know, the caretaker said put back the mesh, but the mesh is just such annoyance, and I just really prefer the look without the mesh. I want you to tell me in the comments, should we get a brand new mesh or should we do without the mesh? Let me know in the comments now. I will go with what you tell me to do. Another thing that we need to finalize is the conditions of the air conditioning, which is something that we needed the power back to assess. The structure of the cabin is intact. Our solar panels are intact. We have an incredible scenery with the river right there, and we still have our other private sections of the river. Winter in the Blue Mountains is the most beautiful time of the year. I prefer winter here than summer. Between October and March, it's just beautiful right here in the Blue Mountains. This is your sweater weather, your hot cocoa and marshmallows, your fire pit with friends weather right here in Jamaica. So I cannot wait to have you all over. Make sure to check out the link for booking in the description of the video. I always make the same mistake, and I just realized that I have been making that mistake over and over again, and I keep calling the bridge my bridge, our bridge, my bridge, the bridge. This is not my bridge. I did not build this bridge. I came here to this property to see this bridge already built, but we took over the responsibility, we took the initiative of maintaining the bridge since we bought the land. And this bridge serves the entire community. There is a football field on the other side and countless coffee farms and farms. So this is a bridge used by the farmers to get across. Right now through this route, there is no dry way to getting across as yet, unless the dry season continues and the river continues to decrease. So right now, we really need a bridge. As soon as I'm here, some in the area, you know, come. Uno hungry. Listen, uno hungry belly, but the four of them, I'm so happy to see them because when we left, I wasn't seeing the hen, but I know that sometimes she just goes around the place. But the three roosters and the hen, I'm very happy to report they are safe and sound. So this is how things are looking around the 3-bedroom cabin. Nature is just rebuilding. We still have signs of trees that were fallen. The clearing is even bigger. I have plans for this tree to just turn it into a home for orchids, and hopefully this fine leaf tree will sustain itself and won't fall. We have right here lots of wood that we'll be utilizing as winter comes. It's very nice to make use of the fireplace. We just have to be patient and let Mother Nature build back herself. And I just cannot wait to see the end result. So YouTube tribe, this is all I have for you today. For the next video, I promise you I'll be taking you to the Blue Hall, to the waterfall, and on the way to the waterfall we will see how the way to our 2-bedroom cabin has been cleared. I also wasn't able to make it to that other exit out of the property, but because it's on that side, it's coming your way next weekend. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for your love, your prayers, your well wishes. Thank you all so much for supporting all the Jamaican families that have lost so much with the passing of Hurricane Melissa. I am eternally grateful to you. Thank you all so much for watching. Mucho love.